What's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 2 of this test match between Australia and New Zealand at the SCG. We, of course, are playing through in Cricket 19. Oh, there's a bit of a shout here early on from Timmy Southey. Australia currently 7 for 299 at the crease after a reasonable performance on day 1. The game's still fairly evenly balanced. You feel Australia maybe just slightly ahead now, given they have ticked over that 300 score, but we don't know what a par score on this wicket will end up being. Jimmy Pattinson, 35, not out. Pat Cummins on the 12, not out. And Pattinson yet to be dismissed so far across 3 innings, and he's put on about 100-odd runs. There's a little edge. Cummins through to Watling, and Australia lose their first wicket. Just a little tickle down the offside there, and I'm very excited today because we're hopefully going to get a lot of action in today's play. Obviously, we're going to see a bit of Australian bowling later on, you feel, given they are 8 down at the crease. Stark and Pattinson put on a big partnership in the first test match of about 80 or 90 odd that really put the game well and truly in Australia's favour. And right now, Pattinson is continuing in that vein. There's 4 more runs. He's into the 40s. Smith-Stark looks to get off the mark here. Driving off the back foot, nicking that ball, and a fantastic catch from BJ Watling. Southey gets another one. That's 2 for him today. And Australia are now 9 down. So Mitchell Stark will depart for a duck. Disappointing for pointing for him. Nathan Lyon out to the middle. Obviously all focus on Pattinson at the moment. Can he bring up a 50? That'll be the first task. And he drives that one through the offside just for 1. Australia been in the middle, 95 overs. We've seen 7 overs of play this morning now as Pattinson gets into the 48s. I was going to say 98. I'm like, he's not that high yet. Well, Nathan Lyon just going about his business at the other end, making sure he's still in at the crease, picking up 2 here. More runs for Australia today. And oh, that is a quality shot. It's just heaved over the onside. Nathan Lyon picks himself a boundary. Picks himself a boundary. Jeez, 2020, everyone. It's a great year. Also, 2020, we're seeing a 2020 World Cup. We'll talk about that later on, but James Pattinson, 52, not out. And he's gone with a helicopter to pick up 1. Unbelievable. So 50 up for Pato. 10 boundaries in that 50 as well. So that's 40 odd runs coming from boundaries. This time an outside edge through to the keeper. So Astle gets wicket number 5. And New Zealand get Australia out pretty early on this second day's play. It only took them 12 overs. Of course, we lost 1 over yesterday. But Australia all out for 333. James Pattinson finally dismissed for Australia. 54 for him. David Warner, the lone centurion there, getting 115. That is my phone beeping, not yours. But I bet you all looked, didn't you? Travis Head, 71 as well. For the Kiwis, Astle 5 wickets, Southey 2, de Grandhomme, Henry with 1 each. I think there might have been 1 more wicket there as well for someone else. Because I don't think there was a run out, so someone else must have got a wicket. But good stuff. Australia now in the bowl. The Kiwis out to the middle. Blundell out in the middle. Looks good in Melbourne in the real world. Of course, he didn't play in our one. This is his debut for our series. So he punches that one through the offside very nicely for a couple off the mark. A few balls in. Again, just another single. We'll wait and see how New Zealand approach this innings, because it is going to be, I suppose, interesting. Australia 330. That one a flash. Was there an edge? Apparently not. This time there is. And it's through everyone to the boundary for 4. look at that again from Blundell. Just continuing to score runs. And it's been a good start from him. He's about to run a ball at the moment. I think they picked up 3 then. He's 14 from 13. Latham yet to get off the mark from his 13 balls. And Blundell hitting this one to the boundary again. So we've seen quite an attacking approach from him. We know he likes to play his shots. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Latham just occupying the crease at the other end. 16 balls without getting off the mark. And Blundell at the moment, 25 from 19. Oh, another good drive. Just runs coming. So this is a fast start from New Zealand. Almost, now Latham's going to get off the mark from a misfield. So he's finally got that first run. Took him 23 balls to get off the mark. Beautiful stuff. But now he's off, isn't he? He's well and truly going. Sorry, I've lost exactly what I was on about here. We're now 10 overs in and New Zealand are 50 runs. And it is off the back of Tom Blundell, who has hit 47 from 30 balls. What a start. Wait, no, that can't be right. 37 from 30 balls it was. But a real aggressive approach. We saw Jeet Raval do something similar in Melbourne in our series. Score runs for the Kiwis early on. And Blundell is really taking that approach to his own right now. He's putting in the hard yards here early for New Zealand. They've got a couple more overs before we see that first break in the day. Of course, Australia knocked over in 12 overs. Whether or not we see that from New Zealand, whether we see the full 18 before the end of the first session, or we might lose a couple. Very nice. And some good bowling here from Pattinson. This one through the gap from Blundell, and he picks up 50 on the last ball before lunch on day 2. 52 from 48, 8 boundaries there. So 32 runs from boundaries. It also means there's been another 20-odd runs come from 2s and 3s, and just really been a really positive start from a New Zealand point of view. Latham and Blundell surviving that first Australian burst with the new ball. 15 overs in, none for 69. New Zealand still trailing by 264 runs. And Australia going to start the second session off with Nathan Lyon. Now, this will be an interesting thing to see how Lyon goes, because we saw spin very effective in that first innings. Obviously, Astle getting 5 wickets. This one off the pad, maybe a little bit of glove involved. Australia says no. That one close again. Again, not out. But Lyon really troubling Blundell. And he gets him this time with a delivery that just shaped away in the air and spun back hard. Nathan Lyon gets the wicket of Tom Blundell. And Australia get the first breakthrough. After a 72-run opening partnership, it was Lyon who did the damage. Blundell will have to go, and Williamson now to the crease. And I guess from an Australian point of view, that is the wicket they would have wanted. It allows them just to slow the scoring down. You can see Latham 15 from 59. So all the real scoreboard pressure was coming from Blundell. If they can minimise that with Williamson and Latham, Australia can put themselves in a really good spot. Lyon bowling well early. How will he go to Williamson? Oh yes, the PS4 is too hot. That's right, I just wanted to leave that in there because I was recording, it was like 40 odd degrees that day. So I had to stop and come back. So this is now a day later. I just thought, I'd never seen that message before. The PS4 is too hot. Turn it off. So I thought I would let it go for an entire day without recording anything else. And I've come back in and continued playing a couple days later. Because I don't record these test matches in one sitting. Of course, 5 days is a long time. It's generally about 3.5 hours a day. So if I was to play an entire test match of what's that? 5 days, full 5 days would be somewhere in the 18-hour mark. It's a long time for a test match. So I hope you guys do appreciate the effort that goes into this content. There's an edge from Williamson. There was one just shy of that man before, so I moved him across, and the edge then went wider of him. And now an inside edge from Latham. Another boundary. But what Australia has done well since dismissing Tom Blundell is stop that scoring rate. It's gone down a fair amount since his departure. Run rate was up around 5. It's now down to underneath 4. Jeez, and Lyon now troubling Williamson as well. Little edge and taken. Lyon gets the dangerous Kane Williamson, the New Zealand skipper. Inside edge onto pad through to Payne. Oh, it's just not a way you like to go, but Lyon has bowled beautifully this morning since coming into the attack. Oh, and another edge. It goes wide of that man. I kept moving that bloke to second and third slip. Did nothing. Every time. Issues. Gee, that ball has absolutely rocketed in the field. Australia put a lot of pressure on the Kiwis with the ball. They're hoping to do that in the field as well. Ross Taylor's now at the crease and off the mark. It's taken him 7 deliveries, but he's finally found one through the cover gap. Picks up 3. 100 up for New Zealand. 2 down. Oh, a little edge. Hits the pad and it balloons up to Steve Smith, who takes a glorious catch. And another wicket falls for the Kiwis. This time Mitchell Starc takes it. Let's have a look at this. Will we see a review here? I don't think so. Take your pick. If you didn't hit it, it's LBW, but you did, so it's through to Smith. Latham goes for 27. New Zealand 3 for 100. They've lost 3 for 24. So it's been a really good start from Australia here after that lunch break. That opening partnership with the Kiwis worth 76. Now Australia has 3 wickets. Oh, they're looking for a single here. Stark's onto it quickly, and I think he might have run out Taylor. Oh dear, what is this? What has gone on here? This is a poor decision to run. It was really late. Taylor very slow off the mark, and Stark just throws down the wickets. Can almost run into them. Oh dear, didn't even need to review that. It was clearly out. Umpire didn't need to go to the third one because he just knew he'd given him. Ross Taylor departs from a really poor bit of running. New Zealand 4 from 105 now. Since lunch, they've lost, 4 wickets? From about 30. Swatling's off the mark. Now it really is up to these two to put on the bulk of the runs. Obviously, at the moment, Australia still leading by 226. Bit of mix-up in the running there. They still managed to get home for 2. And again, through the gap, this is a better shot. It's going to go to the rope, is it? Does it beat that fielder? It does. It beats Mitchell Starc and goes for 4. So again, Watling finds the gap. Gets a couple more runs. Maybe 3 runs. Oh, it's a direct hit! The Australians like it. Oh, this is very close. Jeez. Henry Nicholls made it tight. And this is out. Oh, what a remarkable throw in the deep. I'm not sure who it was. It's Nathan Lyon. He's been everywhere this morning. New Zealand 5 down. Another run out. Oh dear. The Aussies with the pressure with the ball. And now the pressure in the field as well. Colin de Grandhomme out to the middle. The Kiwis in severe strife. Surely not. Surely not again. Oh, that looks out too. It is. It is. Oh, so Pat Cummins runs out BJ Watling, just not backing up very well. A quick bit of thinking. Caused a run out. Astle out there. New Zealand 6 down. They've lost 6 for 46 since lunch. Australia on top of the game. 2 bowlers out in the middle. I suppose they're kind of all-rounders, but... Oh, boy. First things first, let's get that follow-on out of the way. New Zealand, they've reduced that lead to 190 as Colin edges that one through the slips for 4. And he's put on some runs throughout this series, hasn't he? Oh, a bit of a shout here from the Aussies. This is close. Oh. Jeez. Only one review left for Australia. Not sure what they use that other review on. Oh, this is very close. Oh, it would have been given too. Should have been out. Australia choosing not to review. Disappointed. Yeah, Colin de Grandhomme on 18 at one end. Astle pushing this one for a couple of runs at the other end as they look to pick up 3. But Colin, the third top scorer for New Zealand for the series. Scored 164 runs throughout the first 2 tests. Only Ross Taylor and Tom Latham outscored him. Still yet to get 100 though. Oh, there was a bit of glove in that. Oh, after it ballooned up off the pad, Wade just couldn't get in quick enough to take the catch. But Lyon again troubling Astle. This is the last over before the tea break. And this time, the leg spinner takes him on for 4. The last ball of the session before tea. Oh, that looks very much close. And given. So on the last delivery before the tea break, Nathan Lyon gets another wicket. He ends the session with 3. As New Zealand lose 7 for 98, I think, in that session. Colin de Grandhomme walks off, the lone man still in for the Kiwis. He's 22 not out as they're 7 for 170 at tea on day 2. 7 wickets falling in that session as the Kiwis just tumbled. Lyon, as we said, picked up 3, got a run out. Stark got a wicket as well as a run out as well. And Pat Cummins, a run out off his own bowling. 3 run outs for the Kiwis. Dear oh dear, and all in very unique ways. Mitchell Stark to continue with the ball after the tea break. 10 overs, 1 for 48. Been reasonably expensive, but a bit better. That's a shout. Maybe going down off. Been a bit better since Blundell left the crease. We've seen New Zealand probably play some of their best cricket when they've been attacking in this innings. Well, that's close to a run out as well. Jeez. Not smart with their running between the wickets at the moment. Couple more runs here. Maybe 3 of them. Oh, that's a great shot. That's probably the shot of the day. From Colin. Have a look at this on the replay screen. Sees Mitchell Stark. Delivers a half volley and says, I'll just take that on. Not out. Maybe no bat involved there from Wagner. As Colin keeps going. He's had a few not outs. I think he had one in the first innings in the Perth test as well, where piled on 60 or 70 odd not outs, while the tail couldn't stick with him. It's currently on 38 at the moment. Wagner looking shaky but okay at the other end. I'll pick up 2 more. Deciding against the 3 this time. I think the wise choice, given the run-outs we've seen already in this session, as Colin picks up another 4. Moves to 47. New Zealand tick over 200. So this, very handy partnership as this looks to go for 4 for Wagner. Bit of an edge there, but They're just slowly reducing this Australian lead. If they can get under 100, they'll feel much more comfortable about their positioning here. Stark continues to steam in. And that is a perfect delivery. If you've ever seen one. An in-swinging Yorker at the toes. Almost impossible to play. Mitchell Stark just taking poles everywhere. He's got another wicket. I think that puts him up to 3. That's a bit of Wagner as Southey out to the middle. What has he got for him first up? Steaming in. Yep. Oh, it's on the money too. Southey just gets some bat on it and it rolls to the boundary through an outside edge. Oh, I wonder if that was pad first or bat first. Aussie's not reviewing. See another one through the gap from Colin. Picks up 2, maybe 3. They'll be 50 up. 4 Colin. 71 balls, 7 fours. Strike rate of 70.4. Very handy knock. Oh, very handy shot. 4 more. And that lead of Australia's up to 103 now. So they are pressing New Zealand. Getting it down. Australia be much more confident. If they had a lead of 100 plus going into the second session, that's close. Yep. Oh, inside edge on the pad, Matt Wade there, and he takes it, and that's out. So Southey departs. Not sure if this is a half volley or if he's just hit it straight into his pad, but it's ballooned away who accepts the take. New Zealand 9 for 233. Matt Henry, final man in for the Kiwis. 100-run lead to Australia. Can they keep it that way? Yep. No, he finds the gap, picks up one off the mark and down to the non-striker's end. Yep. Oh, that's almost 6. Just a one bounce over the fence. Colin de Grandhomme continuing in his fine form, up to 71. Yep. 72 and an outside edge, this time thick. Runs away to the boundary for 4 more. Moves to 76. Could pick up 100 yet. Yep. Oh, this could be out though. Wade getting under it. Yes, he does. So Colin again stranded. And on striker's end, did that actually hit the bat? Very close, didn't it? Anyway, it ballooned to Matthew Wade and was given out. So Matt Henry goes for 2. New Zealand all out for 249. And Australia with a 94-run lead into the second session. We've got about half an hour of play left tonight. It's probably 6 or 7 overs of pace bowling for the Kiwis. There's Colin de Grandhomme there, stranded on 79, not out. David Warner facing up first. Dot ball. Australia hoping to survive here tonight. Not any casualties. Oh, close. And they get home. Off the mark. Now Warner off the mark. They've been very slow today, the Australians. They just want to be there at stumps. 2 balls to come in the day. Only the 9 runs from 6.5 overs, and Burns lets that through to the keeper. That will be stumps. Australia none for 9 off 7. They didn't score very much, but they survived, and they'll give themselves the best chance on day 3 to bat, survive, and give Australia a match-winning lead. At the moment it's 93 runs. They're none for 9 in their second innings. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all on day 3, where hopefully we've got a little bit better weather and Australia would love to just bat all day long. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.